Check it.
May want to see if Matt Goulet's mother's online and ask her to get Matt.
I just texted Matt.
You go to play.
He's on.
Yeah, he's on a plane.
He's on.
All right. Well, thank you so much for saying hello to one another, greeting each other. The spirit of welcome is always here in the house, no matter what you believe, who you love, or your background and circumstances. Here, you are welcome. We have the joy to coming together, and I just want to give you a couple of quick practical notes. You'll see in your order of worship that there are some upcoming events on the back and activities. If this is your first time here, your first visit, please do sign our visitor book in the front entranceway. You can indicate whether or not you'd like to stay in touch with us. We'd be happy to send you our weekly email. You can also find information about Unitarian Universalism and specifically All Souls Church, both in the front entrance and in your pews. Thank you so much. And now I invite you to breathe. Breathe deeply. Come into this room. Be present. Be focused. Be at peace. In the words of Reverend Kathleen McTeague, we come together this morning to remind one another to rest for a moment on the forming edge of our lives, to resist the headlong tumble into the next moment until we claim for ourselves awareness and gratitude, taking the time to look into one another's faces and see communion. This house of laughter and silence, memory and hope is hallowed by our presence here together. Let us take this time for quiet reflection as we listen to the prelude. And as Cassie Walker comes and lights the chalice, I invite you to read the chalice lighting that is printed in your order of worship with me. On this, the longest night of the year, we are warmed by the certain knowledge that tomorrow will welcome more light than today. As it has for eons, for billions of years, the coming of light brings light. May we be awed by the great miracles of light and light, and faithfully nurture the mystery and magic of wonder. And now, if you will stand as you're willing and able and sing number 55, Dark of Winter. Just want to say special thanks to Laura for being here today and being our musician. Today's going to be a little different. You're going to be doing a lot of stand up, sit down. I am not. Today's all about reading and singing. So today's first reading is by Stephanie Noble, in celebration of the winter solstice. Do not be afraid of the darkness. Dark is the rich, fertile earth that cradles the seed, nourishing growth. Dark is the soft night that cradles us to rest. Only in darkness can stars shine across the vastness of space. Only in darkness is the moon's dance so clear. There is mystery woven in the dark, quiet hours. There is magic in the darkness. Do not be afraid. We are born of this magic. It fills our dreams that root, unravel, and reweave themselves in the shelter of the deep, dark night. The dark has its own hue, its own resonance, its own breath. It fills our soul, not with despair, but with promise. Dark is the gestation of our deep and knowing self. Dark is the cave where we rest and renew our soul. We are born of the darkness, and each night we return to the deep, moist womb of our belongings. Do not be afraid of the darkness, for in the depth of that very darkness comes the first glimpse of our own light, the pure inner light of love and knowing. As it glows and grows, the darkness recedes. As we shed our light, we shed our fear and revel in the wonder of all that is revealed. So do not rush to the coming of the sun. Do not crave the lengthening of the day. Celebrate the darkness. Here and now, a time of richness, a time of joy. Will you join in singing, stand as you're willing and able, 1063 in your teal book, Winter Chant. Just give them a second to get that book out, Laura.
Do people know it? I could play it.
Probably not, but
I'll play it once through it.
yeah, we'll play it all the way through once, okay? If you need another teal book, you can grab one for you. Anybody need it? Ready? Children of the earth, have come to sing to each other, sister to brother, songs of our mother earth. creating our congregational covenant, a living document that we review every year and make changes to as appropriate. We'll read together. In this house, we covenant with one another to build our connections on a foundation of love, hope, and faith, to accept responsibility for our individual acts and work together to promote equality, justice, and peace, to stand on the side of love, embracing the liberation of the oppressed, working to end discrimination and unjust privilege. Yes, and commitment. To listen respectfully with an open mind and value our diversity as a source of our communal strength. To learn together and grow together, generously sharing our time, talents, and treasures. To celebrate the joys of discovery, embracing the fullest measure of our humanity, from the wonder of youth to the wisdom of age, to openly share our laughter and our tears, showing reverence for the divine in all that is. Every week we take up an offering, which gives us an opportunity to exercise a generosity of spirit that supports all souls and its many ministries. We see this act of giving, of growing more generous in our hearts and in our actions as essential to our spiritual well-being. We will now receive this morning's offering. Individually and together, we are building a world filled with peace and justice, love and joy. Each one of you, by your commitment of time, talent, and treasure, helps to make that grand vision real. Did you know that this book is a wealth of inspiration? You know that? Yes. Have you ever sat through somebody's sermon that did not pique your interest and start reading out of the back of this book? Nobody's going to punch you. The readings today and the songs today are all Yule or solstice songs. So for this one, number 542 out of the back of this gem. Again, the earth did shift. Again, did the nights grow short and the days long. And the people of the earth were glad and celebrated, each in their own ways. Will you rise as you are willing and able and sing number 226? Yes, People Look East. Which I used to love to sing at Christmas, but it's a solstice song. Yeah, east is that way. You can look that way if you wanted to. People look east, the time is here. Overcrowding of the year. Wake up and stir as you are able. Drink the wine and set the table. People look east and sing today. Love the guest is on the way. Furrows began, the earth is fair. One more seed is planted there. Give up the strength, the seeds we nourish. Gather force, the far they flourish. People look east and lead the way. Love the roses on the way. Stars in the lodge with light is red. One more night, the moon shall bring, shining beyond the frosty weather. Bright as sun and moon together. People look east and sing today. Love the star is on the way. Now I invite you to turn to the back of this gem to number 663, and we will read responsively. These are almost too strong, it's like, wait, maybe not. Okay, one small face. You read the italics, I'll read the straight print. With mounds of greenery, the brightest ornaments, we bring high summer to our rooms, as if despite the somberness of winter come.
In time of want, when life is warding up against the next uncertain spring, we celebrate and give of what we have away.
All creatures bend to rules, even the stars constrained.
There is a
Blessed madness in the human need to go against the grain of cold and scarcity. We make a holiday, the rituals varied as the hopes of humanity. The reasons as obscure as an ancient solar festivals, as clear as joy on one small face. And yet, again, you get to see, bring this boughs into our homes, and summer as we sing, Deck the Hall. It's only one of them, Deck the Hall. With boughs of holly, stand as you're willing and able, and have some fun. Oh, 2:35. Give another intro. Ancient Yuletide.
I'm sneaking one more in here. Ha ha ha. Here's a little meditation before we move to the joys and concerns. The bare trees have made up their seed bundles. They are ready now. The warm brown light briefly shrugs and moves on. They are ready now to play dead for a while. I, human, have not yet devised how to obtain such privilege. Their spring will find them rested. I and my kind battle a wakeful way to ours. Now's the time. Time. Did I just hear?
Well, not that I needed a microphone, but you do, and just in time. It's a Yuletide miracle. Here it is. Just as I was about to say, oh, we won't bring a microphone to you, you probably can turn me down just a little. So you may share with the congregation. A microphone will be brought to you, or light a candle at the side of the sanctuary. And if you're sharing with the congregation, just please note it's not a time for personal or political announcements. We'll do that after the service, and we welcome those after the service. We care for each other by being true to the purpose of this time. A great joy that we feel today is to have visitors. So we invite you during this time to share your name so that we can welcome you more completely. And it's not required. We just would love to know who you are. And now it's time for welcoming visitors and sharing joys and sorrows. Who's doing that microphone? Oh, here's a microphone. See, we did without it for so long. Wow, what'd you do? Oh, all right. Well.
Come up where they tell me and I'll say it loud.
Yep, go ahead. That's really interesting. Right here, Maggie has behind you, Maggie.
Maggie Satterwhite.
In the interest of inclusion and diversity.
Interests of inclusion and diversity.
There it goes. Give it to Maggie. There you go.
I just like to remember that half the world today is celebrating the first day of summer. And I do remember when we hosted an international student from Colombia who had grown up very near the equator, where there's no lengthening or shortening of the day. It's always 12 hours, more or less. She was amazed and bewildered as the days got darker and darker, and then back came the light.
Back came the mic, because that would have been a lot to echo back.
Hi, I'm Joan, and since May, when people ask me how I'm doing, I have made an intentional effort to say okay. But now, and I'm going to cry, I am very happy and I feel very well because we've had a Christmas miracle in our family, and my son's cancer is contained and he can have surgery.
Good morning. My name's Jane. I've been coming here since services picked up in September. I haven't shared a lot about the light of my life, which is my son. I became a single parent by choice 23 years ago, and my son's living as I say, his best life, that little shit, out in Colorado. But it hasn't been his best life. We've had a rough couple of years, and he's been really, he's been through something that I knew nothing about, which is ketamine addiction. And I am so happy and proud of him. And this Tuesday, he is at his 6 months mark. So I felt like that was worth sharing.
Hi, my name's Russ, a close friend of mine in the area. Was in the hospital a couple of weeks ago. He's been in rehab for the last week or so. And he's supposed to come home today. And his family and I don't really think he's ready for it. And we don't know what's going to be coming in the days ahead. And I'm very concerned.
Hi, I'm Cassie, and I have a concern about my sister. She's been sick for over a week with a deep chest cold. She's been back and forth to the doctors, and they just shake their heads. And meanwhile, she's having trouble breathing for many symptoms. So I just want to light a candle for her.
Rob?
Hi, I'm Suzanne. I just want to say, did the bells here ring this morning? I heard them, and it dragged me out of bed, so I'm happy about that. And also, it reminded me of this beautiful song. I was in a chorus a couple weeks ago. The bells, hear the bells ringing. That's not quite the title, but it's really gorgeous. And I was singing it all the way to church. Yes.
Really? I thought it was, I heard the bells on Christmas Day.
Okay.
Da, 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 da,
Clay, do we have anyone on
Christmas
Zoom?
Day, da, da. Anybody on Zoom? Hello, Link and Ellen. Good to see you on Zoom. Oh, nice, it is. Christmas miracle for microphones. I had a dear friend who made 1 year sober, and I attended that meeting where he was the speaker. And last week, he decided to return to jail. I don't know that he broke his sobriety, but this world is tough, and it's hard to navigate, and I think of him.
I have this great joy, is that my daughter came home, brought back from her storage unit all of her Christmas ornaments. And they are hilarious. Ones that they've made, ones that they've, there was one of an octopus that was so funny. And anyway, there were just so many of them, and they were homemade, and they were very funny. And I also gave one to my daughter, and she said, "Oh, I had forgotten this." And she said, "Yeah, you got me a really funny ornament about loving coffee." Anyway.
Kate.
Hi, I'm Kate Mason, and I want to light a candle for Jordan's bio mom. And I don't have all the details, but basically she is a refugee who came here as a baby. She was born in a, anyway, I don't have this whole story, but basically she's right now being held by ICE. And her hearing is December 31st. And so there is a GoFundMe. Laura has more information than I do. Oh, actually, I think it's in the order of worship in the back, in little print. But All Souls has contributed money from our budget to support a lawyer for Jordan's bio mom.
Thank you. Yeah, if anyone wants to know the details, I'm happy to share. Maybe not right now, but.
Hi, I'm Louise. I'd like to light a candle for my sister-in-law in St. Louis. She has been living with type 1 diabetes for, I don't know, 60 years or something. And her husband, my brother, passed away a little over a year ago, and things have not really been the same since then. And she's recently just no longer able to manage the diabetes on her own, but she didn't realize that was the case. So she was in the hospital for like 10 days, and they did get everything in order. And her children want her to be, she can't live on her own, so to go into a assisted living, but there are no beds right now where she is or where the sons are. So she's being discharged to home in St. Louis, and I don't know what's going to happen. So just keep her in our prayers.
David, if you could light, don't go away, don't go away. If you could light 2 candles, please, one of concern and one of celebration.
Mike, it's on. It's just not close enough to your mouth, honey.
To light 2 candles, please, one of concern and one of celebration. Last night, I learned that today, according to strict scientific rigor, we have 41 seconds more of light. And last night was the 41st annual solstice celebration. The concern is that someone who's been a part of it, back, maybe they're on Zoom, but Gary and Christy have showed up in their Big Bear hats for decades, loyally supporting it. The last many, many years, Christy's been a really great addition to the cast. And she would have been last night too, but illness prevented her. So just sending out concern and love for Christy and a smooth and quick recovery. And the celebration is that the solstice started in the Roundhouse. Maybe some of you remember that magical place. And then when that got sold, it was a vagabond and shifted from town hall and church and various other meeting spaces, but never really found something that felt the kind of coziness of the Roundhouse. And then someone got the lovely idea to have it at our house, co-housing, and we lit the fire, and a lot of the magic returned. And I just feel really grateful that our community was able to host such a really uplifting celebration, and one that raised money for some much needed causes. Now you.
You light one for all those unspoken. Thank you. I invite you into several moments of silence. Now, if you'll join me in raising some energy in the room, sharing it, you can Move your hands to wherever you feel the most comfortable. You'll feel something hitting your palms. The spirit of community in which we share and find strength and common purpose. We turn our minds and hearts towards one another, seeking to hold in our hearts all the joys and sorrows, both spoken and unspoken. For real magic and the first day of summer, for the wonder of lengthening and shortening of days, for cancer containment and Christmas miracles, for 6 months of sobriety and fighting addiction every day, making strides, for church bells, the new alarm clock, for generational joy of Christmas ornaments, for the 41st annual solstice celebration. Magic returns and it is real. For those who have health concerns, who are fighting colds and cancer and diabetes and all those other struggles that happen to us in our fragile human bodies, from the uncertainty of the future and struggling with the real world. For those who are being hunted, terrorized, and held by ICE. For needing help when loved ones passed away. For all of those who need our extra love, care, and tenderness, we open ourselves to you. Let us be in a place of quiet, to open to the silent prayer for the healing of pain and the soft, gentle coming of love. Blessed be. Amen. Will you join us in singing Prayer to Friends, which you will find as an insert in the front of your hymnal. To this day I bring my life, one of old, born of sand, yearning joy when now there's strife. All I have, all I am. Help me to see what I must see. Help me to be where I must be. Restless faith abide till all are free. Fill my life, turn my hand. I know this is odd that we usually finish right after joys and concerns, but we're not done. How short the daylight hours have now become, how gray the skies, how barren seem the trees. A damp and chilling wind has gripped my mind and made me gloomy too. But there is that in me which reaches up toward light, laughter, bells, and carolers, and knows that my religious myth and dream of reborn joy and goodness must be true, because it speaks the truths of older myths, that light returns to balance darkness, life surges in the evergreen and us, and babes are hope and saviors of the world as miracles abound in common things. Rejoice and join in the gladness of the coming Christmas. And now will you stand and sing with us, Joy to the World, hymn number 245. Joy to the world, this earth is come, let earth receive it. Let every heart prepare a room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy sounding joy. Repeat, repeat the sounding joy. No more let sins and sorrows grow, nor thorns invest the ground. Let righteousness its glory show, as far as love is found, as far as love is found, as far as love is found. Well, I made a decision after we did the order of worship that I felt I needed to hear this, and maybe you did too. So again, gold from the back of this book. You can sit down, Karin. You can rest. Fragile and rooted. See a blossom in your mind's eye. Allow it to fill the interior of your imagination. Greater perfection of form in nature cannot be imagined. With inward gaze, absorb each wondrous fluted petal. Slide down its humid surface until you drop as the dew into its velvety core. Immerse your senses in the safe chamber. Such fragile beauty gives impulse to weep. Slowly reverse the journey. As you ascend the shaft toward wider light, turn your imagination around and around to see its many facets, stored within the memory of all flowers. Marvel that this creation, while utterly fragile, yet undaunted, boldly buds forth, turning resolutely towards the sun. We too shimmer with expectation, excluding our own illumination, color, pulse, and scent. Vulnerable, we still venture our lives courageously toward hope and light, at once fragile and rooted. And now I'm going to invite you to join me. If you're ever here at Christmas Eve, you know that we sing this out on the steps after Silent Night. So I'll teach it to you, and we're just going to sing it. And you can jump in at any place because it's a round. It's called This Longest Night. This longest night, your turn. This longest night, your candles bright, your candles bright, keep watch over all the earth. Keep watch over all the earth. Welcome hope and cheer, welcome hope and cheer, as dawn draws near. And rejoice in the sun's rebirth. And rejoice in the sun's rebirth. I know it's a lot. It's okay. I'll do it. Laura will play a little tinkle on the piano. Join when you can. This longest night, your candles bright, keep watch over all the earth. Welcome hope and cheer as dawn draws near, and rejoice in the sun's rebirth. This longest night, your candles bright, keep watch over all the earth. Welcome hope and cheer as dawn draws near, and rejoice in the sun's rebirth. Happy solstice, Merry Yule. Thank you.
Are there announcements? Okie dokie. I have one, which is there are gingerbread cookies in the back. They're in little 2-packs. I have tons of them downstairs. If you'd like to take them off to your holiday whatevers, go down and help yourself. They're gluten-free and they're vegan. Oh, it's not on. Be right there. Yeah, I hear you.
So, Kirsten mentioned Christmas Eve service. We're going to have a wonderful, beautiful service here. Eveline is going to lead with some of Fiery Hope joining in, so there's going to be lots of music and candle lighting, and we'll sing This Longest Night and a bunch of other wonderful songs. So it would be really awesome if we could have a nice spread of cookies and hot cider and stuff like that in the back for afterwards. So I would appreciate it if you brought that. And there was something else. Anybody else have an announcement?
Yes, so the 28th, I would be so grateful if you came back, because it's going to take a certain amount of courage to share part of my past that I'm not proud of, but that I think will be a service. Certainly healing for me to own it, and with any luck, inspiring for other people to see that you can move past it. There'll be additional incentive to come in addition to my stunning sermon. You can have a good potluck afterwards. Let's see. If any of you are connected at all to Temple Israel, and just in the interest of being, as you mentioned, Maggie, inclusive, today is the 8th night of Hanukkah. Does anyone know what day or night it is of Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa doesn't start till the 22nd. Oh, 26th. Okay, well, my sermon will fit in well, I think, with the 3rd night of Kwanzaa. Anyone else have an announcement they'd like to share?
Hi. On Sunday, January 4th, after the service, I will be leading another discussion that we did a couple months ago that was at that time titled, what did I call it? Finding Hope Through Community and Right Action. So basically an opportunity to talk about how you're doing in these difficult times with what's going on politically, et cetera, thinking about how it's affecting you, and then where you see yourself finding hope and maybe taking action, and how we can support each other in doing that.
Now I remember. So we have a beautiful Christmas tree over there covered with hats, socks, scarves, mittens, and there's room for more. So we will bring those to some elementary schools locally in the new year.
Kirsten's mentioning that in the back, aptly titled Sun-Kissed, is all those vegan, gluten-free, beautifully individually wrapped gingerbread cookies.
Some of them have sugar cookies in them too, but still gluten-free, vegan sugar cookies.
Okay, do we have any other announcements? Kirsten, is there anything else you wanted to share before we adjourn?
Welcome to social hour. Yeah. Have that. Let's have some coffee.
Okay. Coffee and refreshment.